America, and welcome to XYZ Bear, where we give you the news of tomorrow, today. Joining us today for a second time is Gary McScary. How do you do, Gary?
I do well. How's your day been?
My day has been exceptional. Before you start your story about the 1968 election, why don't you tell us your predictions for the election tomorrow?
Well, my prediction hinges on the fact that the Democratic Party existed before the Republican Party. This makes the Democratic Party mathematically 1, an odd number, while the Republican Party is mathematically 2, an even number. This election is in the year 2000, which is an even number.
So you think Bush will win?
Oh, I'm only getting started. The thing that complicates this is that the elected president will take the office in 2001, a non-number, implying that Gore will win. Also, when you divide either of these years by either of the candidates' ages, you get a decimal number. Decimal numbers are kind of funky. And you know what a different word for funky is?
Strange?
Odd. But we must look even further into this. Presidents always go into office in odd years, but this isn't important. The exception is what matters. And the last person to become president during an even year was Gerald Ford, a Republican. At this point, each of these candidates are equally mathematically able to win. However, Gore has the upper hand by the one thing math can't calculate.
Politics?
No. To do that, you substitute the X for claiming that the politician is racist and sexist. The one thing math cannot possibly compute is Al Gore having a really cool name. So therefore, Gore will win.
What?
Anyways, the 1968 election was fun.
Hey Rob, you've been unemployed since the last election. Do you want to work anywhere soon?
First of all, that's not my name. Second of all, yes, we have no money and we should definitely work somewhere soon.
Well, where should we go?
Well, we have a few options. The first one is to become a communist and move to Russia.
And how would that help?
It wouldn't. It would be funny though.
How would that be? Never mind. What's option 2?
Well, we could go on the Republican election committee.
Where do we even apply?
Wilbert Williamson. What's your talent?
Well, I'm really good at breaking into buildings.
Sorry, that's not useful at all. Next!
Well, looks like I'm breaking into a Republican headquarters next.
Guards!
I hope you like prison! I also know how to break out of buildings.
What was that guy doing?
Believe me, that's been the least strange guy so far. Anyways, why do you want to be part of the election committee?
To be frank,
Your name is Gary.
very sorry. To be Gary, I'm unemployed right now. Same as my friend Rob. We both have some experience in the marketing area, as we were on Johnson's marketing committee in 1964.
Are you still part of the Democratic Party?
No, it could before the 1964 election even happened.
Why?
We just thought the Republican logo was pretty rad.
Was that pun intentional?
Yeah.
That was superb. You're hired.
Can Rob come too?
Who?
My name is Robin.
Oh, that's Rob? She can come.
So what did you do to help Nixon get elected?
We helped with, actually, we didn't do much during the 1968 election, but we did help a lot with the next one.
We just got word about who the Democratic candidate is.
Who'd they pick?
George McGovern.
They picked a guy named McGovern?
Gary, the most powerful thing a candidate can have is a cool name.
Okay. In that case, we'll just have to stick to what we know.
Which is? What are you thinking?
Rob, you genius! Okay, so we beat Goldwater in the last election, right? So now we just have to beat Water again.
And what water is in need of beating?
Watergate!
Wait, you did Watergate?
Yeah?
Well, to break into Watergate, first we need someone who knows how to break into buildings. There was that one guy who auditioned right before us when we got hired, but I forgot his name.
Wilbert Williamson.
Was that his name? It sounds... So!
Yes.
Where'd you come from?
I've been living in the ceiling ever since I escaped from prison.
When did you escape from prison?
Roughly 3 hours after I was put in.
I think you're hired.
The only thing we have left to do is pitch this to our boss. Please take your foot off me. Oh!
There's no way I'd ever allow you to break into Watergate.
How else are we supposed to beat a guy named McGovern?
With being right.
Being right is all relative. To spectators, we are wrong.
Think about it. These politics are the most relative thing.
I'm gonna stop you right there. How did you get out of jail?
3 spoons, a speck of dust, and a lot of iced tea.
And how did you find him?
He was in our attic. Actually, he'd been there for 4 years.
Where did you get food from?
Would shock you how many birds fly up there.
First of all, that's gross. Second of all, you still haven't given me one good reason to let you break into Watergate.
Well, if you think about it, there isn't any reason for us not to do it.
Well, you could ruin the president's credibility, making him resign, and making the nation lose faith in the next president.
That is absurd.
Fine, do it. Just be safe about it.
So here's the plan. First, we make a plan.
I'm done with that.
Seems like a good idea.
Alright, sounds good. We'll meet in front of Watergate at noon tomorrow. Alright, we're here. Wilbert, did you pack everything?
Oh yes, I brought esophagus, sphincters, teeth, tonsils, stomach, diaphragm, lungs, teeth, pancreas, lungs.
Snap out of it!
Oh yes, I also brought USB drives, cords, rope, tents, blankets, board games, books, anything you can think of, including snacks.
Alright, nice job. Now, let's break into Watergate.
So, we broke into Watergate. What now?
My mother always told me if I'm going to break into Watergate, we have to steal as much as possible.
Where'd you grow up?
Eastern Moscow Penitentiary.
That explains a thing or two.
If we steal anything, it would have to be information.
Well, if we plug this cord from here to here, then we should send all the information back to home base.
How long will it take?
Well, it's a pretty big file size, roughly 3 megabytes, so it should take probably 3 hours.
What should we do during that time?
I have a few ideas.
Data transfer's done.
Okay, sounds good. Let's skedaddle.
And that is how we broke into Watergate.
How did nobody realize you were the people who broke into Watergate until now?
Well, in order for that to happen, we would have had to have been caught.
Watergate security. I just got word that the building was broken into. Was it you guys?
Not us.
Not intentionally.
I prefer chicken myself.
No, you seem pretty suspicious.
Maybe you don't trust us, but that guy looks pretty suspicious.
Does!
Nice job, both of you.
My pleasure.
Well, I don't think we can stay at the Republican Party anymore, but I do have an idea for what we can do.
After that, we started a fast food chain called Chick-fil-A.
So let me get this straight. You helped Lyndon Johnson become president, switched to the Republican Party, helped Nixon become president by very illegal means, then after all that you decided to sell chicken?
That's right.
But didn't you say you haven't seen anyone since 1973?
That was just a lie. I've actually just been running Chick-fil-A with Wilbert and Robin this entire time. That's a story for another time.
Well, Gary, we'll have to have you on some other time. For now, here's the current poll results, where you get the election of tomorrow, today.